It's the spring season, and it is time to get the tools back out. Yes, that's me walking past all of my original trails that need to be brought back to life, but we'll come back to that later. For now, we're going to start something new, something challenging, and something maybe a little fun. The plan for this video was me going to branch off the trail to go down into a new area and build a nice feature. The plan got scrapped, and I went straight to the feature. Goes to show that things don't really go to plan, and this will be the theme for the rest of this video. We're gonna start at this tree right here, go straight down, and right there, where my finger is gonna be the jump. It's gonna be big, but I think I'm ready. Yes, I'm building another jump. Are you guys even surprised at this point? It's because the place where I live doesn't have any good jumps within an hour drive. So instead of driving an hour away, let's spend several days making a singular jump. The main goal of this runway was to be fast, smooth, and distraction-free. Then I got distracted. This right here is gonna be a kicker ramp, and it's gonna launch us right down the trail so that we have plenty of speed for this big old jump. The kicker/drop is set up for the crazy coming after. It is to help gauge speed, or at least that's the idea. We'll see how effective it is later. I need to actually scrape off all this top layer, since all the dirt in Colorado is just this really dry soil that will just wash away as soon as you ride down it, or if the rain comes, it just goes down and ruins your trail. The runway is short, but I wanted every teeny tiny bit to be as smooth as possible. I needed to be able to make sure I'm able to see the jump clearly as I approach it. After clearing, raking, and flattening, I was finally able to test out the runway. It took some tweaking, but after some testing, some more testing, and a little more testing, I got the section of trail to be comfortable and fast. Here's a smart idea. Let's roll a huge and heavy boulder down a hill with no plan.
Oh, almost right where you wanted it.
Right exactly where I needed it. Yes, that is me. Maybe being a little too excited about a rock. You can't blame me. If it rolled too far, or rolled not enough, then I wouldn't be able to move it into place because it is so heavy. What happened here was pure luck. With the boulder in place, it was time to fill the area around it with dirt. I first started to get loose dirt from random places, but that wasn't really efficient. I found a better method that I would use for the rest of the project. So, to get dirt for this project, we had to build a huge hole, and we had to dig deep to get to the good dirt. After you get a bunch of dirt, now you have this big empty hole, and somebody could fall in this, somebody could get hurt. But we're filling it up with junk like pine needles that nobody wants to use for nice jumps. And frankly, nobody really cares what this hole's filled with because not a lot of people come over here anyway. So if we just fill it up with all pine needles like we are now, it'll look nice and there won't be a big hole, so if somebody does step over here, they won't get hurt. I truly underestimated how much dirt I was going to need for this project. After one whole day of digging, I barely scratched the surface. Ended up taking 2 more days of digging and packing just to make the landing. Here is us making that landing. Are these the right shoes for the job? Of course not, but I wore them anyway. After making the landing to my satisfaction, it was time for the lip. I spent a lot more time looking at it than actually piling up dirt. The plan was to make the lip high and steep. For some reason, I didn't stick to this plan, which I ended up regretting in the long run. So we're actually gonna build the lip in steps. So far I've got a start of a lip right here, And what I'm going to do is piling up dirt one by one with each wheelbarrow to stack it up to get it really high and steep. And I want this lip to be pretty steep, and that's why it's so close to the jump. Alright, so I'm in this little bit of a predicament right now. The jump right now, from far back, looks pretty steep, and it looks like it's gonna be right. But it's about as steep as my other jump that goes far on the other side. So I don't know if I should make it steeper, or if I should leave it alone. So it's a little bit of a problem. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet. This jump, I want it to be a trick jump, so I think I'm gonna make it a tabletop. This back needs to be built up anyway, and to build this back up enough the way I want it to, it's gonna come back pretty far. So I might as well just fill in, and it doesn't have to be like all the way to the top, but if I can get it close, I can make this jump a lot less sketchy. And since I've never ridden anything like this before, it'll be a lot easier to master something like this pretty quickly. I've got the rocks at a decent height and following a decent path, but gotta start doing the sides and then building up the middle. Let me show you a different angle. Yeah, it kind of slopes down right now. Could probably fill it as is, it'd be better. But I'll just put some rocks in the middle and then start really stacking the dirt on. On this side, it's almost completely covered with dirt, but now I have to cover on top. So both sides need to come up a little bit more so I can have an even level, not level, but just even platform up here so that I can ride across, or I can case early if I don't commit all the way. At this point, I rush to get it done so I can hit it before dark. Yeah, I can't see the landing.
Yeah, I'd have to light the whole thing up.
After warming up the next day and half jumping it, this happened.
Oh, you alright?
I don't know. So I wanted to talk about the crash real fast, so here it goes. So I come down here and hit it. As you can see, I touched the ground right at the edge of the landing. That means I cleared the whole landing. So I didn't go up, I went out. Then I go out of frame.
Oh,
And then I land over here. So what happened is as soon as I landed on the ground, I face planted and just slid across the ground on my face. And I just went so high off the ground and came down on flat, and I landed on the side, so I just went down on my face. That gnarly faceplant ended up cracking my helmet. I was okay after this, but now I don't have a friggin' helmet. This video was a failure with the jump not working, but I know how to fix it. So until then, stay in the air, and I will see you all next time. I fell. I hit a rock and I lost my balance. It's hot to me. So it feels hot.
shit.